Here we are with the state of Illinois Treasurer Giannoulias, and at 32,
yes,
you're
sir.
the youngest treasurer in America?
Yes, I am.
So how did you get into politics so early?
I've always loved public service, and I thought politics would be a great avenue to help people, and the state treasurer's office is the best job in the world.
You make me feel like I haven't accomplished anything, and I played football for 10 years.
You know, you're just a few months older than I am.
So let's talk about unclaimed property. This is something that a lot of people don't really have a clue about. Exactly what is it?
Well, unclaimed property is like the nation's lost and found. When people pass away or they move and forget to file a change of address form, they lose track of property or other assets, that comes to the state treasurer's office or the unclaimed property organizations for different states.
How much money is there?
There is a tremendous amount of money. Last year alone, across the country, about $2 billion was given back to people throughout the country. In Illinois alone, we have over $1.5 billion for 10 million individuals and businesses. So
that means that there's probably a lot of people who have money coming to them that have no clue.
Well, about 1 in 8 Americans have money coming back their way. And again, it can amount to just some change in your pocket or a change in your life, as some people who have large volumes coming back.
How come they don't know about it? How come they haven't heard about this before?
Again, sometimes they're heirs to people who have passed away and they were never told about certain property. In some instances, they've moved and never filed a change of address form, and they forgot that they had either a bank account or unpaid life insurance. So you'd be surprised.
Let's say the unclaimed property comes to you, comes to the state of Illinois, the Treasury Department takes possession of it. What steps do you take to find those individuals?
Well, we take that responsibility very seriously. We publish twice a year in every single county, which is 102 counties in Illinois, in publications. And here are the names, and here's the information we get. But as you can see, there are thousands of names. They get printed each time.
How come people don't pay attention to it? Because I remember seeing these when I was growing up, and my mom would have this, and people would flip through it, but no one really ever pays attention to it.
You'd be surprised. I mean, it's there, it's huge, people see it, and it says, do you want money? Free money. We use everything we can use, and people still, for whatever reason, don't look at it as much as they should. And again, some people get a couple $1,000s, some people get a couple $100s, but even, I was owed $34 when I got in office. I never even looked at it. I overpaid a law school entrance exam. So, again, we're raising awareness and letting people know this property is theirs and they should come get it. You'd think it would be easier than it is. But
so for those who are not aware of it, how do you go about finding them? What process do you go through to look for them, to track them down, to give them back their money?
Well, it really depends on how much information we have. Sometimes we get, we already have the date of birth, social security number. In some instances, all we have is an old address. So we have a whole outreach department which tries to locate people through whatever legal means we can. And again, sometimes it's a lot more challenging than you'd think.
How come you can't find a lot of people?
Again, they've moved, and there's no semblance of where they are. There's no way to track them down. If you have a social security number and a date of birth, it's a little easier for us, for our outreach department, to do it. But again, we don't have 300 people doing it. We have a small outreach group who works extremely hard. We spent about $1 million last year to try and get this property back to